Hey, it's Ethan here at etrailer. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Hollywood Rack Sport Rider SE Hitch Bike Rack, how it fits on our 2021 Mazda CX-5. We're going to be focusing specifically on how the rack works with this vehicle, so if there's anything in depth that you want to check out more about the rack, feel free to watch the full review or the product page here at etrailer.com. Sport Rider SE is a heavy-duty bike rack. It's for e-bikes and it's also rated for use on your motorhome. So it's very versatile and it's very well built. It's a 2-bike platform style bike rack capable of supporting 80 pounds per bike. It's going to hold on to our bikes primarily with these padded frame hooks as well as 2 additional straps down at the bottom. So if you want to mix and match and maybe use a carbon frame bike, we'd recommend against it. So although they are padded, it's still going to be touching your frame. It could potentially damage it while you're driving. Or if you just have a nice paint job for whatever reason you want to avoid, that would not be the best way to go with this rack. It does have the ability to tilt away with the bikes loaded up. First, we're going to have to undo this pin as well as this clip down here at the bottom. To pull that, you might have to lift up and down on the rack to slide that pin out. Then we can release this front lever and let it down slowly. It's not the most aggressive tilt in the world, but it is enough for us to get into the back of our CX-5. You can see we have plenty of room, plenty of clearance. I can come back here and I can sit down if I wanted to. I can change my shoes in between rides. I can grab anything out of the back that I might need, whether it's helmets, water, sunscreen, anything you need for the ride. And we can come back down, tilt the rack up, and it locks in place. And then I can replace the pen and the clip. And now we can work on getting the bike removed. Start on this back wheel. Just press this release lever, slide the strap through. On either side you can see that the straps do have that nice rubberized molding, which is going to protect our tire, which is a nice feature while you're driving. Then we can come up to the frame now. I'll have to lift this top one first. Hold on to the frame of our bike, press the button on the hook, and the bike will be released. Now, it can be a little bit difficult to get around the center mast, so just take our time and we'll get the bike up and off. If you want to take the time to look at the hooks themselves, you can see that they do have a lock core on them, which will secure the bike to the hooks. And now we can go ahead and get some things tidied up. So we'll start with this front strap here. You can see that the cradles are actually, or the hoops rather, are able to support a tire width of up to 5 inches right out of the gate, which is really nice. Also, these hand threadable knobs, you can slide them up and down the tray to support a maximum wheelbase of up to 60 inches. So, get these other straps put away. We can get the center mast folded down. We'll have to undo this pin here. You'll have to line it up with that notch. Fold that down as well. And we'll replace the pin. You can see that notch right here. Might have to lift up and down just a little bit. Now we can get a measurement to see how much distance we're going to be adding on. So, from the bumper to the furthest point back, we're going to be adding on 28 inches, which honestly isn't too bad for how much weight this thing can hold. As far as ground clearance goes, it's probably going to be the bottom of these cradles here. Not counting the straps, it comes in at just under 18 inches. So it does get up pretty high. There's a nice rise. It sits pretty low on the CX-5, but because it does have that rise, I'm not going to be super worried about bottoming out. If we want to, we can fold the rack up. Again, we're going to have to pull that pin and a clip. In this case, we'll have to engage both of these levers here. Put it back up, and then we can replace the pin, the clip, just to get it out of the way. And now we'll get that new measurement to see how much space we've saved. So now from the bumper to the furthest point back, it's only going to be about 14 inches, so we do save a little bit of space that way. It's still pretty low profile though, and if we want to take a look at what we're covering on the back of our vehicle, our license plate is fully visible. Our backup camera is right here. You're probably going to see the bottom of it just a little bit, but still tons of visibility. Our taillights are fully visible and it doesn't come anywhere near our rear window. If we want to talk about the shank, we do have a 2-inch shank that fits into our 2-inch receiver. It's held in place by this pin with the lock on the end. That's going to be key to those frame hook locks that we talked about earlier. There's also this collar on the shank that allows us to just line up the pinholes once. It's right here, so we don't have to do it again. It's all secured down by this tightenable hand anti-rattle knob, which we like to keep sideways just to make sure that we're not taking anything away from our ground clearance. So, overall, if you're looking for a really heavy-duty bike rack, the Hollywood Rack Sport Rider SE is definitely a great option for those e-bikes or heavier bike usages. If you need a little bit of help or accessibility, you might want to check out something like the Hollywood Rack's Destination E or the Yakima on-ramp. Both of those just have ramps. The on-ramp has it included to make loading and unloading a little bit easier. But if you like this rack for what it's good for, that weight capacity, 5-inch tire width, and that wheelbase, it's a great option. Again, this was just a look at the Hollywood Rack Sport Rider SE and how it fits on our 2021 Mazda CX-5.